we take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Oh, hey Rudy, Matt told me to tell you that he's qualifying and he'll be right here once he's done.
Okay, time's coming in now. Houston on the top there with a 52.326. Wetzel with a 346. Alright, qualifying time is over and we're ready to go down to the grid.
Mr. Cummings, you got a copy?
Yeah, we've been poking you and poking you and poking you and poking you and poking. Then I poked you some more after that. And then after that, I poked you a little bit more. I was like, wow, what the heck? How are you tonight, sir?
Good, how are you? Yeah, sorry, when you poked me the first time I came down here, and he was like, your mic was off or something.
Because I was playing the national anthem.
Yeah, probably. And then you poked me again. I was in qualifying. I about hit the damn wall because the
Oh, man.
TeamSpeak. No, it's all right. It's fine.
Sorry.
TeamSpeak popped right up in front of me. Like, what the hell?
Okay, so you're going to be our in-car reporter tonight, correct?
Yep. If you want me to be, I can.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great. Okay, we're going to run down the order real quick here. John Houston on the top spot there with a 52.326. Congratulations to him for taking the pole here tonight. Be starting in the number 88. In second place, Mason Wetzel. In third, 22 of Kevin Thrift. In fourth, the 76 of Eric Wilson. Cameron Key in the number 9, starting fifth. Matthew Burkhart in the number 4, starting sixth. In seventh, the 81 of Willie Whitaker. In eighth, the 87 of Samuel Pedro. In ninth, the number 3 of Dave MacArthur. In 10th, the number 09 of Jared Kazokria. Does that sound right?
Yes, sir.
Kazokria? Okay. Alright, in the 11th spot, the number 6 of David Brown. In 12th, the 131 of John Dennis. In 13th, the 77 of Robert O'Neill. In 14th, the 53 of Daniel Lingerfeld. In 15th, the number 69 of Kerry Cleaver. And I believe that is it. Looks like Jimmy Mullins not on the grid here. Not taking the grid after practicing. All right, we're going to get back up here live and get ready to roll this thing out.
Kerry, how you want me to play this? I mean, sorry, Rudy.
I'll just talk to you from time to time, probably mainly under cautions. If I get to bothering you, I don't know what to tell you.
No, you're fine, man.
I can't move you to another channel. All I could do is mute my TeamSpeak.
No, you're fine, sir. You do what you gotta do. You won't bother me a bit.
Okay. All right, lights off on the pace car, and we're ready to go. Green flag racing here. 120 laps tonight at Daytona. All right, pace car is in. John Houston brings him to the line, and green flag is out for the first time today for 120 laps. Good job by these guys. Good start. Oh, we got one off the pace already. Don't know exactly what happened back there. Looks like Kerry Cleaver. No way. Kerry Cleaver out of it already? Whoa. Alright, so John Houston's still in the lead right now, but coming to the line here, I don't know this is how this is going to go. Looks like he does maintain that lead. And the number 88 going to bring it to the line for the first lap here, leading the first lap at Daytona. John Houston bringing it across the line. Already second place, Mason Wetzel hanging right in there with these guys. Everybody going to be looking for a partner here. I don't know. It's pretty early, but It's all in our racing blood. We all want to be up there and leading every lap. It's in our racing blood. So can't help it. Human nature. Well, it looks like Kevin Thrift washing clear up the hill. Is going to go back quite a ways up on that high side, going clear back to 6th place. Nobody up there to dance with. Now he gets the 81 of Willie Whitaker up there with him, and that should help him get him back up into contention. Trucks dancing all over the place here. Everybody trying to stay in line. Cameron Key now into the 3rd spot. That brings Eric Wilson into 4th and Matt Burkhart into 5th. Our in-race reporter. Pretty good racing going on so far. Everybody being patient. Long race ahead of them. We're going to see green flag pit stops and all. I know I don't really want to bother your concentration, Matt, but just a quick question. Did they shorten the fuel load any?
No, sir. There's no short fuel load. It's
Okay.
100%.
Very good.
We're actually just pretty calm right here, just trying to stay single file with each other.
Very good. Thank you. You sound like you got your mic like clear in the next room in the clothes hamper. I'm just kidding you, buddy. Okay, so we're getting attacked here up on the high side, and Matt going back here quite a ways, falling back to 7th, but being patient. That's what it's going to take here. Patience is a virtue. Willie Whitaker up on the high side, him and Kevin Thrift trying to work together to get back up to the front. Been pretty wild down there, it looks to me. Let's get down here a little closer. Man, some reason I'm missing about half of my cameras. I don't know. Kind of weird. All right, riding along here with Willie Whitaker up on the high side, pushing the heck out of Kevin Thrift. And they've got a pretty good run up there, but I'll tell you what, it works a lot better if you can get about 4 guys up there working nose to tail. As you see, Willie, he's pushing long enough, got to back off and get some air in that radiator before he blows it up. These things do not take kindly to heat. Now, if you overheat that engine too much, it does damage to it, and you're not as fast as you were. Happened to me before. All right, Matt Burkhart on the inside. Let's take a ride along with him. As he gets passed on the outside by Whitaker and Thrift again. But it is the patient game here, waiting to see what's going to happen out here. You know, we know there's going to be a big one. We just don't know when. I hate to say that. I don't want to jinx any of the guys, but boy, I'll tell you what, these guys are all over the place up here. What's going on with them, Matt?
I don't know. We just had a big check up there going to the trioval.
Yeah.
A lot of break.
Man, them guys are like all over the place.
Luckily, the guys behind me seen that too.
All right, so Kevin Thrift up on point now. That worked with him and Whitaker getting out front, but still have not cleared the 88 right there of John Houston. Now Houston coming back on the inside, bringing that inside line along with them. And it looks like Houston is going to lead this lap again, so Thrift and Whitaker being gypped out of leading the lap once again. Completing lap number 7. Long ways to go here, folks. Guys,
Yeah, Rudy, that a little checkup right there. Cost me about 5 seconds to that lead back up there.
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
I got a line of trucks behind me. We'll get back up there here pretty soon.
Oh yeah, just be patient, brother. Dave MacArthur in 8th, working with Matt Burkhart here. Could be temporary partners, could be permanent partners. You just never know. When it comes down to the end here, all bets are off. It's the gloves come off. There is no partners. It's all who's going to win it. So, but it's getting each other to that point is where it counts here at Daytona. The drafting being so important. As you can see, Matt just draws right back up on them guys. Catches right back up to the back bumper. Willie Whitaker kind of getting dumped off by his partner. Thrift clear up in 3rd now. Not cool to dump off your partner like that. Not cool. But we see that's the kind of stuff that happens a lot. You know, like I said, these guys, they get up there for the first few laps. It's like they're looking for a partner, and they're, you know, looking for somebody to get out there and dance with. But after that, it's all bets are off, and man, you're all on your own. But this was a little too early to be dumping your partner off here, unless he had a new partner. That could be possible. All right, look at that. The 76 wanting to go up high. Not sure. Eric Wilson keeps drifting up to the high side. Maybe throwing a little indication out there to the number 9 of Cameron Key, saying, hey, let's pull out and go to the high side. But I don't know. Could be or could be not. I don't know what the deal is there. It could be distracted driving, which we don't like to see distracted driving. That's like texting and driving. I don't cut. You know, just don't cut it.
I really don't like to see distracted driving here in Daytona.
No, that can cause the big one for sure. All right, Matt Burkhart back here in 6th, still trying to catch up to these guys again. As we seen Whitaker goes way back to the 9th place back here after getting dumped off there by his partner Kevin Thrift. And oh, he catches the apron a little bit in the turn, and boy, that's going to cost him some momentum, and he's still on that apron. He needs to stay away from that apron. And it looks like he's going to fall clear to the back of that part of that field. But we've got a couple of guys that are way off the pace. Let's go back and check on them. David Brown back here, 7.6 seconds behind the leader, nobody to work with. Also, Samuel Pedro, 19 seconds behind the leader, nobody to work with. And really, that's about a half a lap behind the lead pack right now. So John Houston still out front, has led all the laps so far tonight. I'm not sure. Eric Wilson may be trying to keep that truck cool or what, I don't know, but he keeps diving it to the outside like that, and one of these times he dives it to the outside, and Matt Burkhart right there right now is going to stick his nose in there, and hopefully Wilson does see him go in there and doesn't come back down the hill into him. So this is something Matt's going to have to keep an eye on. As you see Eric Wilson now kind of wavering down the backstretch. Not sure if he's having some steering issues or what's going on there. I don't know. Maybe he, gosh, I couldn't imagine he would have maybe forgot to take the tape off. Maybe? No. He would have blown up by now. All right, well, there you go.
These are fixed setups, so you can't adjust the tape on them.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'd like to adjust the tape.
Kevin Thrift now up on the high side, and he's getting dumped off. So let's see what happens here as Kevin Thrift may be going backwards and maybe going to pick up his old partner, Willie Whitaker. Sorry about that. I was sneezing my head off for a minute there. Alright, so pretty good racing so far. These guys are really starting to show some patience here. Man, I don't know what happened to my camera pack, but this is not the camera pack that I normally use. And I'm not liking it. Oh well.
Camera improvements. You gotta watch those every now and then. They stay getting there on there.
Okay, Burkhart up to the 5th spot now. Following right behind Cameron Keys in 4th. Eric Wilson 3rd. Mason Wetzel 2nd. And John Houston out front still leading every lap so far. Nobody's been able to lead another lap. They've been challenging, but just can't quite get up there and keep it up there. We've seen Kevin Thrift up there and tried to lead a lap, but coming off of turn 4, Houston just power drove right back underneath him. And we're seeing the 43 Mason Wetzel going up the hill, maybe trying to get a little air in that radiator. These guys are packed in there pretty tight. Not much air going through the radiator right now. Dave Arthur back here, or MacArthur, excuse me. Dave MacArthur in the number 3 M&M's machine. Falling back here about 1.1 seconds behind the leader, not far, still hanging into the draft. John Dennis right behind him. And Willie Whitaker not far behind them. We've got, let's see, who's that? Okay, that's Dave Brown. These guys are coming up here not far. Samuel Pedro is actually not far from being put a lap down already. It could be good news for him because he could get into the mix and get into the draft with everybody. And then if a caution does come out, he could get that lap back and be sitting good. So this is a good thing for him. Thinking about this right now. This could be really good for him. Once he does go a lap down and get behind, he can fall right in behind these folks and be right into the draft with them. So good deal for him. David Brown in 13th. Doesn't really want to fall back. He's a long ways ahead of 14th place Samuel Pedro, but I'll get it out. These guys definitely would probably love to get hooked up, but they're just miles apart right now. And let's get back up here to our leader. We'll take a look here in just a minute and see if we can look ahead and see Samuel Pedro. He's 39 seconds behind these guys, and that puts him about 10 seconds ahead of them. I doubt we'll see him yet, but we might. Looking ahead from John Houston here, we may see him coming down the backstretch here. We may see him up ahead of him. He's probably going to be about a straightaway ahead of him right now, but these guys they're coming up on him really fast. Yeah, I don't see, yeah, he is just going into turn 3 right now, so they're just about a straightaway ahead of him. Right now, he's about 8 seconds ahead of him. So these guys are coming like a freight train here. It won't be long. They'll be up on top of him, and hopefully he can kind of blend in with these guys and stay right with them in case a caution does come out. All right, it looks like we've got Robert O'Neill up on the high side. As Robert's getting back into the mix of things now. Started 13th on the field today, running 4th. Wants to get up there and lead a lap as the leaders switch it up. Mason Wetzel takes over the lead, and this is going to wad him up here. Oh no! Oh no, this isn't going to be good. This is not good. This is, oh, I was afraid this was going to happen. This is not good here, folks. I was just so afraid that was going to happen. We've seen the guys being a little squirrely on their switch here. They were switching around, and boy, 3 wide down the backstretch, but nobody was given an inch. And this is where we got a couple of them that got together right here. And this is terrible, man. This is going to tear up a lot of good trucks out here. The 88 of John Houston that's led all them laps going to get into it. This is not good, but it does bring out the first caution of the day. Resets, Matt. Is there any resets?
Yeah, we got 2 resets in here tonight, so it's really not that big of a deal. We'll just re-rack them and go back at it again.
All right, well, we're going to have a lot of tore-up trucks going into pit road, so let's get up here. Eric Wilson, now our leader, and let's see if he does bring them down pit road. I'm sure he will. They were about probably halfway to happen to stop for fuel anyhow, so this really isn't that big of a deal, but they'll just be stopping a little earlier.
Rudy, I just had to give a shout out to these guys in this room with us. 21 laps at Daytona without a caution. That is just awesome. We got some awesome racers out here tonight. Daytona with us. Yeah,
that's pretty good. But the thing you got to think about is, boy, there were some major issues going on there, and man, I'm telling you, nobody checked up, and it just wadded up the field. Going 3 wide, you know. Alright, so coming down pit road. Man, something is really messed up here. I don't get this. Why? Alright, well, something messed up. I don't know. I don't even have... Oh, there it is. Okay, man, I'm looking at it. Okay, so everybody on pit road right now. Even our pole sitter with a lot of damage will be able to get that fixed up, and he does. And that looks like that put somebody else out in the front now. John Dennis staying out. First time he has led today. Willie Whitaker going to be second. These guys opting not to pit yet. The top 3 did not come down pit road. Well, as I was saying, that was good news to San Pedro, because he was about to go a lap down, saved him from going a lap down. So he will be starting back in 14th place, and hopefully doesn't lose the draft this time. They should have even partners out there with 14 trucks, so hopefully everybody's got a teammate. Yes, San Pedro taking up the rear of the field, blinking like a son of a gun too. David Brown still 13th, as these guys all did complete their pit stops. Mason Wetzel back here in 12th. Our pole sitter, John Houston, led 19 laps. And he is currently 6th right now. As they cross the line, he'll be scored as 6th place. Oh, that boy, that jumped him clear up. What the heck? We had a few more people coming down pit road. Well, yeah, Willie Whitaker on pit road, so more guys coming down. John Dennis. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with Kerry Cleaver, whether he is staying in the race or what's going on, because he keeps popping in on pit road and then he leaves, and then he pops in on pit road and then he leaves, and then he pops in on pit road and then he leaves. I don't know what's going on. He's done that like 20 times. I don't know what's going on, but anyhow, I'd like to see him get in there and race it up. I don't know what happened to him right at the beginning of the race, but it looks like Willie Whitaker sitting on pit road here. Not sure what's going on with him. But Dave MacArthur still out in the lead right now, as looks like we had a few other guys that did come down pit road. Yeah, the guys that had stayed out look like Eric Wilson. Not sure exactly what happened there. He did lead a lap. Okay, John Dennis, yeah, he was our previous leader, and he finally did pit. So everybody's been down pit road right now but Dave MacArthur. So
Yeah, Rudy, we got the call late from our spotters up top of the roof there that pit road was open. Basically, the guys that were up front there didn't get the call from their spotters that pit road was open.
Well, that's a shame, because, you know, I hate to see these guys out there, because he's going to have to pit, you know. He's going to be out of fuel here probably in another 15 to 20 laps. So he's going to have to come down pit road.
Yeah, he's definitely off cycle, but good news for him. We got 97 laps to go. A lot of things can go in there.
This is true. But we don't want to see any more cautions now. You tell them guys we don't want to see any more cautions up here in the booth. I'm kidding. We know they're going to happen. We just don't know when. Well, I'd like to thank my sponsor here tonight, Sim Garage. So check them out at simgarage.com for all your sim racing needs. Custom built button boxes. I have one myself. It is awesome. He can build it to your liking. You tell him what you want: switches, lighted buttons, on and off switches, you name it, toggle switches, whatever. You just tell him what you want, he will build it to your specifications. So he is getting into telemetry software and some other things, so check him out at simgarage.com. This is the Maximum Velocity League that's brand new. I think this is, what, the second race, Matt?
Yeah, this is the second race.
Yep.
It's going to be a 6-race series every other week. Winner gets $100 for the championship, and every night the winner gets $15, and the second place guy gets $10. So
very nice.
Up, guys.
Very nice. Well, a pretty decent field showed up there tonight, 15 drivers and all. Everybody right now, all 14 trucks still on the lead lap, and we're about to go back to green here in just a minute. Pace car on pit road. Green, green, green. Good start by everybody. Nobody smoking the tires, and that's what we like to see. Matt Burkhart up on the high side. Needs a little help up there from the 88, John Houston. John knows how to get up there. He's been up there and led most of the race. So now they're kind of drifting back through the field a little ways. I don't know. They got to get hooked up. And Matt drops it down to the low line, and John stays up high now with the 43, Mason Wetzel, working together. And they've got 3 trucks up there, and I'll tell you, that's a good thing, because the 3 of them can drive right on by this whole field as long as they get hooked up good. We got somebody else, looks like Jarrett. Oh, he come down pit road a little too hot and slides it on pit road. It looks like a black flag penalty going to be one he's going to have to get. All right, back up front, Dave MacArthur still leading. Dave still has not been on pit road. Don't know how much longer he's going to be able to stay out there, but he is going to have to come down pit road here before long. Up on the high side, we've got Matt Burkhart pushing the number 9 of Cameron Key. If those two can stay up there and get a little bit of help, maybe they can recruit somebody to say, hey, come on up to the line with us here. Oh, we got, oh, Cameron Key, way out of shape. No, that's gonna wad him up. Cameron Keys just got out of shape right there and could not salvage it. Doggone, we're gonna go back and watch this. He got up there on that high side up into the marbles and just, man, he got really wiggly. It looked like he may have had a little help here from Matt Burkhart, kind of getting hooked on that back bumper. Yes, Matt, oh no, he got help from the inside right there, and that upset the truck big time. That was the, gosh, I can't make out the number on that truck, 36 or 76 or something, and that gets them all piled up here. Oh man, lots of tore up trucks again here. Caution number 2 out on lap 27, folks. Okay, we're going to get back up live. Our leader still Dave MacArthur, and he probably will come down pit road this time, I'm sure, because he has not been on pit road yet. It looks like we've got a couple of guys that have dropped out. Jared Kozakria and Robert O'Neill may have taken their trucks behind pit road. Leaving 12 trucks out there to finish this race up. Long ways to go here, folks. We've still got just a little less than 100 laps to go. So a long ways to go. That's almost 250 miles. So, man, that's a lot of racing. Well, Matt, let's see. That puts you back in about 6th. And is your truck okay? You used the reset, I'm sure?
Yeah, I usually reset them, go in there and get tires and everything. Try to hang it out back for a little bit, come back up here and race with these boys.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, I don't know if that was my fault. I think I kind of
No.
hung up on the bumper and
No.
went in the wall a little bit.
No, it wasn't yours. Wasn't your fault. The guy that was on the low line come up into Cameron and upset Cameron's truck. And you were off of Cameron by then.
Well, 10-4, yeah. I mean, I hate it for Cameron.
Yeah. I thought when I first seen it, it looked like maybe you got caught on his bumper. And, you know, I've been seeing that so much lately, and it's just, it's unbelievable, man. They can't fix that crap or what, you know?
Yeah. I'll be away from the mic for just a second here.
Yep. All right, everybody making it off of pit road. David Brown back here in 11th. I believe David would like to get up there and mix it up here too, but Dave MacArthur still not on pit road. Not sure what he's waiting for. Well, I think while we're waiting here, it's a long ways around this track. We'll see if we can't maybe get in here and get a word with, how about we get a word in with John Dennis. Let's see if we can't get a word in with him.
Copy.
John Dennis, this is Rudy up in the MaxSpeedTV booth. Do you have a copy, sir?
I do.
Well, John, it's been pretty tough there. A lot of good racing and some kind of close racing. A couple of trucks getting together. How is your truck running for you tonight, and what are you going to do to get that thing up into the front?
I'm going to stay a little cautious until figure this out, and then somebody behind me, I'll work with somebody, and we'll work our way on the outside. We still have plenty of time.
Absolutely, brother. Been watching, some of the guys being patient and some of the guys not so patient. It's going to take patience here to get this thing all the way to the end. Only 2 resets in there, and I don't know, there are probably some guys that have used both of their resets already. Not good. Have you used any of your resets yet?
Hopefully not. I've only been once, and I think I might have had a 1X. I don't know if that counts or not.
Yeah, and then if you pit, it uses it. So yeah, you probably used one. So, well, good luck the rest of the race, John, and hopefully we'll see you up there on the podium tonight.
Yeah, that'd be great. We'll have to see what we can do. Thank you.
Alright guys, we'll just make sure the top 3 stay in the server so I can interview you at the end of the race. If you would be really cool if all 3 of the top 3 guys would line up right at the start finish line, and that way we could get a screenshot of that. That would be really cool.
Rudy, I don't know if you're trying to talk to the game, but you was on TeamSpeak.
Yeah, I know, because I'm on voice activation in here.
10-4, I got you.
I was talking in there too, so sorry about the echo.
No, you're fine.
Okay, so our leader Dave MacArthur still has not come down pit road. Man, I don't know about this. I don't know if this is a good call or not. He's staying out there leading laps, but he's led 8 laps so far. John Houston in 3rd has led 19 laps. And the man right in between them, Eric Wilson, has got to lead 1 lap.
Rudy, I want to give a shout out to my pit crew right here. We had some mechanical failures, and it just got me out there right before we went a lap down.
Oh, that's cool. Good job.
I felt like Jimmy Johnson trying to find my little pliers to clip on my shifter. It fell off my table here.
Well, you need to give that pit crew a raise.
I'll buy him a beer afterwards. How's that sound?
There you go. Okay, that'll work. You better buy him more than one. All right, doubled up here. Lights off on the pace car. Going green next time by. Everybody ready to go racing. And yes, we did lose 2 folks. Jared Kazacria and Robert O'Neill. Hate to see people leave like that when they, you know they got resets, but sometimes real life situations dictate what you got to do. So something could have been happening.
Rudy, I just want to take this moment and thank you and all you do and all your guys at MaxSpeedTV for putting this on for us.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And you are very welcome. Okay, so Dave MacArthur starting first. Eric Wilson on the high side in the number 76 starting second. Mason Wetzel in the John Houston in the number 88 in 3rd, and Mason Wetzel in the 43 starting 4th. These guys getting ready to get the green flag. Pace car heading down pit road, and green flag is out. Good restart. Everybody's starting to filter in, find their partners, whatever they got to do. It looks like Eric Wilson going to follow in right in behind Dave MacArthur. Dave stays out there in the front. Up on the high side, we've got a few guys coming up there. John Houston back up front. Not able to make it stay there, though. I still think Dave MacArthur is going to probably lead this lap, because it takes a lot to get by on the high side unless you've got some really strong help up there. But it looks like John Houston up here may lead this lap. I don't know. Yes, he did. He did lead that lap. So he's now led 20 laps. And these guys are all starting to fall into it. Let's see, I'm going to go back here. I want to go back on Wetzel. As these guys starting to breathe them engines already, it only takes a couple of laps and these things start getting hot. The whole pack right here together. Good news for some of these guys. Samuel Pedro was way off of the pace earlier in the race, and here he is running in the 8th spot, so great job for him today. He's got caught back up to the field. The good news for him. These guys a little wiggly out here. They're going to have to get some control on them vehicles. Main thing is, as they always say on these super speedways like this, is you've got to maintain your line. Hold your line as best that you can to avoid hitting somebody maybe that's trying to get some side draft. And that's what these guys have got to do. Okay, looks like the heck, Dave MacArthur way up there on the high side now, going to go backwards. I'm not too sure, but he may be thinking about wanting to head down pit road here before too much longer. I'm kind of thinking that. I think he was thinking he was going to do it that lap, but he couldn't get into that low side, so he's going to have to lift off the throttle and fall back into the back part of the field somewhere and let these guys know I'll be pitting next time or whatever. Got to communicate to these guys so when he makes that left turn to go down pit road, he just stays up high. When he makes that left turn to go down pit road, he's got to be able to let them guys know, hey, I'm pitting, because if he just backs off the throttle, he's going to cause a wreck behind him. We'll keep an eye on Dave here and see if he does head for pit road. Still a lot of racing to go here, only finishing up lap 35 as we speak. And no, Dave does not come down pit road yet, so I think he's probably still got about 5 more, maybe a little bit more, about 7 laps of fuel left, because we've had a couple of cautions, so he's probably good for just a few more laps. But up here in the front, Eric Wilson. Eric been up there leading. He's led about 3 laps already today. Right behind him, Daniel Lingerfelt. And Daniel wants to get up there and lead some laps. Hasn't led any yet today, so he wants to get up there and lead some. Right behind him, Kevin Thrift. Kevin's been kind of robbed of leading a lap. He was up there a couple of times when our pole sitter was up there, John Houston, and John just beat him to the line, and Kevin just never got to lead that lap, so he kind of got robbed out of that, So we'll keep an eye on these guys. Matt Burkhart up on the high side. And looks like he's up there with the number 6 of David Brown. Those two working together. If they could just get that 3rd truck up there with them, man, they could just power by these guys, because they're about to hit that wall of air coming off of the number 76 of Eric Wilson. They're just going to hit a wall of air right there, and it's just like you lost all your horsepower. If they could just get that 3rd person to go up there with them, man, they could drive the wheels off of them things.
David, if you wanted...
All right, Mason Wetzel back here in 9th place, and he's pushing the 88 of John Houston. I think those two are partners, because they've been pretty. Oh man, wow! Come right down the hill. Holy smoke! I don't think Wetzel looked to see the 87 of Samuel Pedro was right there. It almost got into the back or the front end of him. Good save by Pedro. John Dennis back here in 10th spot. Dave MacArthur now falling way back. I don't know what happened to Dave MacArthur, but man, he has really lost a lot of ground to these guys. Still hasn't been on pit road, but and Willie Whitaker 9.1 seconds back. These guys are probably welcoming a caution right now to get caught back up to the field, because Whitaker was up there in the running for quite a little bit. All right, let's get back up front. As Eric Wilson still leads it around here. Good running by these guys up front here. The front five are starting to put a little bit of distance on the 6th place John Houston, but they're in that draft, so they'll start reeling them up here probably in the next lap or two. They'll start reeling them in and be right up there with them. Those front, looks like those front 9, well, San Pedro kind of falling back now. I don't know what happened to Pedro. I see a little bit of damage on the right rear of that truck, so I don't know. Maybe there was a little bit of bumping going on, not sure. And it might have knocked the wind out of that truck a little. Falling back kind of quick. So that leaves an 8-truck battle up in the front here as John Dennis takes up the rear of this front group. And now he may be getting hooked up with David Brown. So it looked like Matt Burkhart dumped off David Brown. Matt Burkhart, where is Matt Burkhart? 8.1 seconds back. What happened?
Oh, he's going through tribal. I got touched a little bit in my left rear. Just kind of brushed the wall a little bit.
Doggone, how did I miss that? I don't know how I missed that. Oh, anyhow.
David Brown was hauling the mail, though.
Okay, anyhow, here it looks like him and the number 3 of Dave MacArthur now working together, which is good news for MacArthur. Now he's got somebody to work with. These guys should be able to hang right there for quite a while, and hopefully a caution comes out to get them caught up to the field. So, and it won't be long here. They'll be coming up on Samuel Pedro, and maybe they can help Samuel in the process. As they're just coming out of 2 as the leaders are just going into 3. So they're about a half a lap behind, or about a straightaway behind him. Well, I'll get it out. David Brown falling in. Wow, he got washed up the hill here a little bit too. Him and John Dennis might have been a little touching going on there. Cameron Key hanging onto the rear of this front group. Front 6 really starting to put some distance on 7th place John Dennis. Up front though, John Houston back in the lead, leading more laps. He knows how to get around this place, I can assure you. Mason Wetzel, I'm sure those two are teammates because they've been stuck together like their bumpers were glued together since the beginning of the race. And, well, for a little while anyhow, I should say. Because, let's see, who was that he was working with earlier? No, that was another team. Sorry, my bad. Thinking of something different. Okay. Front 6 still doing a good job out front. Cameron Key's now starting to lose the draft a little bit here. I don't know. He needs to get that thing back up to the front now, or he's going to wind up falling back pretty quick. John Dennis back here, 3.8 seconds, has lost the draft. And we've got Sam Pedro and David Brown working together, and Matt Burkhart. What happened again, Matt?
partner had to go off from pit. I think he was running out of fuel.
Oh, Dave MacArthur?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the first he's been on pit road, so yeah, and he's going to go a lap down now in the process. Well, doggone it, now that's going to really make you back there 16.5 seconds behind the leader and nobody to draft with.
Really, that's all right, man. I'm glad Irish have implemented that lucky dog rule.
Yep. Well, you ain't won a lap down yet, so that's the good news. All right, Mason Wetzel still on the tail of our leader, John Houston. Looking back on the rest of that bunch, everybody pretty much knows the tail there, them front six. As Cameron Keys did finally close up on them. Well, let's ride along with Cameron here for just a few minutes and watch from his cockpit view. Alright, so up on the high side, it looks like the 88 of John Houston going backwards pretty quick. Didn't see exactly what happened there, but he falls all the way back to the 6th place now. And the brand new leader up front, Eric Wilson, once again. Eric's led 8 laps already, coming to 9, so he's no stranger to the lead. Another one that knows how to get around the joint pretty good. And he's got a good partner there with Daniel Lingerfeld pushing the crap out of him right now. Kevin Thrift, another good racer in the Goodwrench Chevrolet. Cameron Key in 4th. And back up on the high side, we see Wetzel and Houston trying to make it back up to the front. All right, well, yeah.
You ever heard that song, One is Loneliest Number?
Yeah.
Yeah, cue it up right here.
Yeah. I can't do that because it's a copyrighted song, but I might be able to hum a few bars for you.
There you go.
All right, Matt Burkhart back here, all by a little old lonesome, but back behind him, Willie Whitaker, about 5 seconds behind him. Would love to get up there and hook up with him. These guys not that far ahead of the leaders. About maybe 13 seconds ahead of the leaders, Willie Whitaker is. So something that they are going to have to watch. If he wants to maybe try to get mixed in with them guys. He's about a half a straightaway, or maybe a little more than a half a straightaway ahead of them. All right, Pedro back here working with David Brown. Them two running about 14.2 seconds behind the leader. And Mason Wetzel back up in the lead. Well, that's the first he's led today. First lap he's led today. Mason Wetzel. Weitzel, I think. We'll call him Wetzel. Sounds good. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it there, Mason. Good running by these guys up in the front here. Now let's ride along here with the 22 of Kevin Thrift, looking ahead to these guys. Good racing going on here. These guys are all making sure that they do give some good breathing room, because that fresh air and radiator means a lot. All right, Lagerfeld in fourth. Kind of got shuffled back there when him and Eric got shuffled back, I should say, when Wetzel and Houston got by them. And they are starting to pull away just a touch. A lot of good drafting going on by them too, so what it takes. And now Houston going to switch up with his partner, Mason Wetzel. Got to keep them radiators cool. Inside line gets a good run on them, but what you got to do when you're switching. Took them quite a while to get caught back up, though. I don't know. That wasn't a very good switch for them, too. They lose a couple of positions, but Eric Wilson back up front now. Well, again, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Sim Garage, for all they've done for us here. Thank you there, Steve. Appreciate it very much. Look them up at simgarage.com. You've got custom-built button boxes, getting into telemetry software, and other things, so check them out at simgarage.com. All right, coming up on the end here, looks like Matt Burkhart and company about to go a lap down. Whoa, and Matt with more damage on the front of that truck. And he just keeps hitting the wall, trying to give these guys plenty of room. Looks like everybody is going to go by him. All the leaders get by nice and safe. Matt can drop it back down in behind him and try to get some draft off of these guys. Or not. More leaders coming by, that's why not. Very good, man. That's some serious respect there. Lap down cars getting out of the way of the lead pack, letting them go. That's some serious respect. Man, I wish I seen that in a lot of leagues that I broadcasted for, Matt.
Yeah, Rudy, I don't try to get in other people's way for my mistakes.
It looks like we've lost another one. Dave MacArthur out of the race, and that's a shame. He led 11 laps today, and I don't know what happened there, but out of the race. Well, it looks like you and Willie both a lap down, but he is right into the mix of this of these fast trucks, it looks like. Well, was. Now he's kind of losing the draft. And he's got a pretty clean truck.
Yeah, right. This truck is laying down a little bit. I think she's about ready to blow the motor.
Well, that's not good. You got another reset?
No, sir. No, sir. I'll just run around until she blows.
Well, I was going to say maybe you could get on pit road and see if they can't fix it before it does blow. Just a thought. Alright, so back up front here, Cameron Keys now moves into second as he gets a run on the high side. Let me rephrase that. He is pushing Kevin Thrift, and that puts Kevin Thrift out front now. So those two, where did they come from? Kevin Thrift, not a stranger to leading the lap because he finally did get the lead one. Now leads his second lap of the day. Taking lap 58, so we're creeping up on the halfway mark here, folks. So what we're going to do here real quick is we're going to step away for just a quick break, and we will be right back.
Yeah, my motor just blew, Rudy.
All right, we're back, and Matt, just before we went to the break, you said you blew your motor. Well, I guess he left the channel. Oh well, I guess he didn't want to talk to us anymore, so. Anyhow, back up front is John Houston, leading more laps, led 29 so far tonight out of the 61. And he's breaking off to come down pit road. This is good news for this crew here. Now they're pitting maybe just a little early. Yeah, Matt, I was talking to you. Where'd you go?
Sorry, Rudy. I got pulled into the garage there. I blew my motor, so the guys wouldn't talk to me about it.
Okay.
If you don't mind, I'll just sit up in your booth with you and help you call the race.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I was talking to you, and it was like, well, where the heck did he go? We wanted to ask you about what happened. What happened to your motor?
You know, I don't know. I think something happened that first time that me and Cameron Key got caught up on the front stretch there, and it just never got fixed, I don't think. So she just started laying down on me, and it happens here at the super speedway. You pull so many RPMs there, that motor can't take it.
That's for sure. Is for sure. Well, looks like these guys are finally getting off pit road. John Houston and Mason Wetzel. So that left Cameron Keys and these guys up on the top spot here. Going to be looking for them to come down pit road here before too much longer.
sure they're running tight right along the yellow line there. Looks like maybe they might be looking for pit road or getting hot a little bit.
Well,
No, Rudy, if you don't mind, I'll sit here in the seat next to you and help you call this race.
okay. Cameron Keys now way up on the high side. It looks like him and Kevin Thrift gonna stick together. Maybe, because they definitely got to have a partner out here, and they're kind of thinned out enough that they're out of options here. They're going to have to start teaming up here, or they're going to go back real quick. Cameron Keys kind of backing off just a touch right here and losing that front draft. Well, it's a shame, Matt. I was saying there before you blew your motor, I was hoping you would have come down pit road and see if they couldn't have fixed it before it blew. You know, could have been a radiator pushed in, anything like that, just making it overheat. But they might have been able to fix it, and you'd still been out there racing.
Yeah, as we see,
Cameron Keys.
Cameron's in the outside wall.
That's going to bring out the caution. Maybe. No, maybe not. He can still come down pit road. He didn't spin in front of anybody, so that's why it didn't bring out the pit or the caution. Holy
Cameron's wishing it would have. So is Kevin. Kevin's wishing it would have brought out the caution too.
man. Well, he's coming down.
That's hard luck.
Yes, it is.
This is a hard pit road to get onto. This is a hard pit road to get onto.
Yeah, very hard. You got to come down off of turn 4 so fast, and pit road entrance is right there. You got to get that thing woed. All it takes is you lock up them brakes and you're done. And no resets for Cameron. He is out of resets, so the damage he's got on that vehicle is what he's going to have to live with for the rest of the race now.
Yeah, this pit road's hard to get onto, especially in a truck, because it upsets it more than like the sprint car or the nationwide car.
All right, another leader. The other leader on pit road, Eric Wilson, coming down with Daniel Lingerfelt. Him and Lingerfelt both stopping. Looks like they are doing possibly doing a 4-tire change here. Yes, probably not a bad call. 4 tires wouldn't be a bad call at all for that.
No, especially here in this point of the race, you got to put fuel in it anyways. You got to pack up fuel, full of fuel. So 4 tires, you can take them.
Yes, sir. Just gives you just like about another 4 or 5 seconds on your pit stop is all. These guys come back off of pit road. They're going to be back quite a ways, but we got another brand new leader up front, Samuel Pedro. I'm blinking. Oh, he's got to stop that blinking. That's killing me. And it looks like Samuel's not heading for pit road. That's going to put David Brown in the lead right now, as him and his partner, it looks like John, no, take that back, that would be Willie Whitaker, which is a lap down, which would love to get that lap back. But those two working together, but it puts David Brown out front for the first time today. Has led his first lap of the race.
Yeah, that's a truck I was trying to push earlier in the race. Trying to push David up there. He said he wouldn't ride the back, so I told him now to get up to the front. And that's whenever my motor started laying down. I got him up to the front, but it started laying down.
That's too bad.
You know, they say the motors run the best right before they blow out. So,
yeah.
They did it.
Well, let's look back here. Second place, Samuel Pedro, and then let's go back to him and see how far it is. It's 17 seconds back to John Dennis. Or, I'm sorry, Mason Wetzel. It did say John Dennis there for a minute till they crossed the line. But Mason Wetzel. And he's working with John Houston right now. Back from John Houston, Eric Wilson back about 2.4 seconds. So these guys way back. Daniel Lingerfelt. working with.
David
Go ahead.
Brown and Samuel Pedro's looking for pit road right now. Samuel had a little bit of a problem going on pit road.
Yep.
Now we got somebody driving backwards on the track. That's not good. Now you gotta turn back around. He's going to pit road.
Well, Matt, what is the whole season going to be here? Super Speedway racing constantly? Well, for the rest of the season, or how's this going to be?
Yeah, I mean, me and Kerry Cleaver got together. We tried to run something of open setups, and then that didn't work out. So I approached Kerry about running a Super Speedway series, a six-week series, every other week, and you know, let's just pay out money to the racers and everything. If you win, you get some money, and at the end of the season, the champion gets the money. So, you know,
Very good.
it's 20 and 15 for first and second. $100 if you win the championship. We're just trying to get some guys in here. That's all we're trying to do. It's been working out. I mean, this is only our second race. We had 15 guys show up.
Oh, yeah.
We're keeping it simple, keeping it easy, and then maybe next year we might. This is, well, hell, I'll just say it so the YouTube channel can see it. But next year next season we're probably gonna do a fixed race, and then the next race is going to be an open, and then the next race is going to be a fixed. So we're just going to try to do that and see what everybody thinks of it.
Very cool. Some cool ideas. All right, Mason Wetzel now back into the front as him and John Houston switch places, keeping them engines cooled off. Eric Wilson back here about 3.3 seconds behind the leaders. They did reel them in a couple of tenths there after those two switched up in the front. Daniel Lingerfelt right there working with Eric Wilson. Let's go back here to 5th place. Kevin Thrift, 19 seconds behind the leader, all by himself. Waiting to see if Cameron Keys may be able to get up there with them. Cameron having trouble coming on pit road, almost losing it, hitting the outside wall. Did not bring the caution out, but cost him a lot of time on the track.
Yeah, Cameron's a mile away. I mean, I don't mean a mile, an actual mile, but here at Daytona, that's a mile away.
Yeah, he's running about 3.5 seconds behind Kevin Thrift right now. If he could get caught up to him, it would be really good for both of them, you know. David Brown in 7th, and he's got some help right there with John Dennis, them two working together. They got somebody in between them, though, the 81 of Willie Whitaker, and 3 nose to tail and staying right after it.
Yeah, Willie's just holding a good tight line on him. I've never seen anybody run that close to the corner right there, but Willie can do it.
Yeah, they're 7th, 8th, and 10th running together right there. Back here's Sam Pedro all by himself. Nobody to work with. 1 lap down, running in 9th place. That's a shame for Sam, not having anybody out there to dance with. And the leader's starting to check out on the field. Looking back here, let's look back 3 seconds ahead of 3rd place, 3.2.
Yeah, John and the 88 and Mason and 43, they're working together. They got something right here. and back into the field is getting to be a small black dog.
Well, they didn't have the greatest pit stops in the world, okay? And I mean, they were good enough, I'm saying, but they didn't have the greatest pit stops. But whatever they did, getting onto pit road, you know, not wasting any time, keeping it up to speed, and then hard braking to get it slowed down, and then a good run coming off of pit road, that means a lot. You know, that means that time that you spent on pit road, if you spent an extra half a second or maybe a second or something, you can make that up by the on and off approach to pit road.
Rudy, imagine if they would have choreographed that just perfect, how far they would be ahead.
Yeah, it is good. Now they're switching up again, so Mason Wetzel will go up into the lead. These guys working really well together, and that just keeps putting Eric Wilson and company back even further.
I don't think I've ever seen a clean switch like that in our trucks. That was a dang good switch. But no, Rudy, you're right. They're gapping. They're gapping third and fourth right there.
Oh yeah.
Third and fourth is lined up. Look how tight that line is, though, with 1 and 2.
Cameron Keys out here about 4 seconds behind Kevin Thrift, but he's going to have company here with 7th place David Brown and John Dennis and Willie Whitaker coming up on him before long. Maybe the 4 of them can get together and march back up to the front and get Cameron up back into the hunt before he does go a lap down, because he's not that far, about maybe 11 seconds from going a lap down. They would really like to see a caution right now, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of guys would like to see a caution right here.
All right, Cameron Keys letting these guys go by, going to fall in behind them possibly, and that's good news for John Dennis, because he'll have a dancing partner now. Good news for everybody all the way around.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you gotta have your partner here. And Mason, Mitchell, and John Houston are putting up a clinic up here. And they're starting to switch. They're pretty on the way.
Yeah, now that was a textbook switch right there. That was pretty good.
But you know, Eric Wilson is just tied on Daniel right there. Through all this, he's just tied him. I don't know why they don't show speed, and they're going to switch right now too. And they did it with precision.
Yep, pretty good switch.
Number 53, Daniel just dropped it right down in between, right behind the 76 of Eric.
Well, we're still going to see one more pit stop here, so we'll have to see how that's going to come into play. But right now, it looks like John Houston and Mason Wetzel, man, they have ran one heck of a good job or race out there in the front.
Yeah, Rudy, it's been a dang good race to watch. Now I know why you like to do what you do. Just call the races. Watch a lot of good racing. No stress, no nothing of being in there.
That's right.
I like it.
Yeah, this has been pretty. It's a treat when you get a race that's this good. I had a good race last night that I did. They ran 100 laps at Homestead. They had 2 cautions at the beginning in the first 7 laps. They had 2 cautions, and after that, it ran from lap 11 all the way to 100 caution free. Amazing race.
Wow, that is amazing in Homestead.
Yeah, it was a great battle too up in the front. for the whole race. It was a great battle, side by side, switching up, you know, back and forth. This guy'd lead, and then pass him back, and the other guy'd lead. It was just great to see that green flag pit stops and all. It was just amazing. I love to see races like that.
Yeah, that's just good sportsmanship. I've seen a lot of good sportsmanship in this race right here.
Oh, yeah. Well, now back here, David Brown and Cameron Keys, John Dennis, Kevin Thrift, these guys all bunched up together. Holy smokes.
Yeah, as I was talking to you, watching this battle, they just lined up, and then Cameron decided to just try to do something on the outside. Nobody went with it.
Yep. 4 of them working together there. Willie Whitaker, lap down truck. Looks like he's going to fall back in behind them. He knows he's really not any use to them right now. I mean, I'm not saying that in a bad way, but, you know, those guys all racing for position, and he doesn't want to wreck them out and change that. You know, they're coming up here to finish up lap 82. When it gets down to the end here, these 4 are going to probably battle it out for position. They're probably all going to come down pit road together. That would be probably a good thing for them to do, you know. All 5 of these trucks come down pit road together.
Rudy, I know you got the calculator there. Do we need to come down one more time?
Oh, yeah, one more time. Yep.
Yeah, I knew you had your calculator by you.
Yeah, probably in about another 10 to 15 laps. They'll have to start. Probably a few of them will start coming down pit road. Yeah, one more pit stop for sure. I mean, this is you got to think about it, this is 37 more laps, and they've already turned about 30 green flag laps. There's no way you can make it 67 laps on a tank of fuel. No way. But like I said, they would all welcome a caution right now, though, for sure, Matt, because you know, that would catch up the field. Everybody'd be top off their tanks with fuel and could make it the rest of the way. So that could be a game changer for the leaders.
Yeah, Rudy. I know we'd like a caution, but man, I can't preach enough about all these drivers in this room. About how few of cautions we see.
Yeah, I was just going to take a look here. We had 2 cautions. That's all we've had tonight. So, and they were early enough in the race that some guys used their resets, got back into the mix of things. Some guys have used up all their resets in them 2 cautions and got none left. So, a few of them have just like left the race. Matt, you blew your engine.
Yeah, and I'm embarrassed to say that I was involved in both of those damn cautions.
Yeah.
Those damn cautions. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. You know, so you try to look for a hole to sneak through so you don't get caught up in it, and next thing you know, somebody's into the side of you and makes you part of it. So.
Yeah.
And we hate to see it. It's like I said, we always know there's going to be a big one. We just don't know when. All right, these guys out there 4.3 seconds. Let's take a look. Daniel Lingerfelt back here, 4.3 seconds, working with Eric Wilson. And they have lost a lot of ground to them guys. Well, I think I would, when I stopped, I would take fuel only, no tires, of course. And try to make sure that you do enter and exit pit road safely, cleanly. Don't get any penalties. It's going to be a key thing here for winning this. We could see them 2 up in the front make some mistakes on pit road. And Matt, you know as well as I do, a race can be won or lost on pit road, and we've seen it many, many times happen that way.
Oh yeah, if you're more than 2 miles an hour over that pit speed limit here, you're done. Black flag, or even exiting your pit, or overshooting your pit. You could lose a race on pit road.
Yeah. Well, David Brown Go ahead.
It's not your pit crew's fault. It's all your fault because you just overshoot your pit or you sped or something.
David Brown leading this second pack around Cameron Key in 6th. John Dennis 7th. Kevin Thrift 8th. And Willie Whitaker hooked right up with that group, and he is running in the 10th place. The only one that's not in that group is Sam Pedro, but he is about to get into it right now. So we've got the whole from 5th on back to 10th working together right here. That's pretty awesome.
Smart, just working together, just trying to get some air in between them to motor school, but they've been lined up for the better part of this run right here.
Well, these guys are only a few seconds from going a lap down. I was going to look back real quick here to see if we can catch a glimpse of our leader. They go into turn 1. I did not see him that time. Maybe we'll get a glimpse of him going down the backstretch here. I'm looking back from San Pedro and see if we can get a glimpse of the leaders coming up. Because they're just a few seconds. Yeah, they're just now coming out of turn 2. So they're about a half a straightaway behind these guys up here.
Yeah, but I think if these guys stop running 4x4 like they're doing and pit together and everything, they know the leader's got to pit. So if they pit together, I think they can outrun them and just run a straight line, and 2 laps to go, just break it up and see what they can do.
Yeah, if nobody makes a mistake, you got to keep that in mind. You got to make sure that these guys are not going to make a mistake. We could see these 2 leaders make mistakes. I don't want to jinx them. I don't want to see that, but I mean, they've definitely earned a place where they're at right now by driving good, clean, and and keeping them trucks cool.
Yeah, the leader just came on 3. Slow truck right in front of him. He lost the draft. And I don't know who that guy is there back there.
Samuel Pedro. Samuel Pedro. Yeah.
He just lost the draft too. So.
All right, leaders switch positions once again, and John Houston goes into the lead, and you can see right ahead of them Samuel Pedro, and they are rolling him in really fast now to put him another lap down. Kind of a shame that he didn't get to hook up with them other guys. There was 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th all hooked up running nose to tail. And he lost that draft. That's a shame.
Yeah, the draft package Irish has now. If you're in the trailing car, you will lose the draft quickly.
Pedro staying up on the high side. He knows the leaders are coming as they go by on the inside. Good clean pass by them. He tries to fall in behind them and get some of that draft. And it looks like, boy, he lost it just as fast as he got that draft. He lost it. They were really screaming when they went by him. Okay, let's go back here. 6.8 seconds behind the leader is Eric Wilson and Daniel Lingerfelt.
Yeah, Daniel and Eric have just kind of been riding a little bit. I think they're not catching them, so they've just been taking it cautious. I think they're playing strategy a little bit.
Well, they are in the window here to pit any time, so I would say within the next 4 or 5 laps, we're going to see people coming down pit road here. As they are in that window that they're getting to the point where they are going to have to pit. So.
Yeah, I agree. I'm sitting here watching John Dennis and Kevin Taft just work together, and it knows the tail. They don't seem to be letting up a little bit or nothing. I think they know the leads are behind him.
Yeah, and then that puts David Brown and Cameron Key working together back here, and they're trying to stay with them, and they put distance on them. So, you know, it's coming down to the end here, and they know it, and they know, you know, they're going to have to stay out there if they're going to. We did see somebody coming off a pit road right there. Willie Whitaker just now coming off a pit road.
You know, I feel bad for David Brown and Cameron Key. I worked with both of them, and I got turned, I guess, into Cameron, and David, I blew up my motor on him. So I hope they can link up together and do something.
Well, still trying to see if any of these other folks are going to be coming down pit road here before much longer. And the leader's still staying out. Let's check in with Daniel Fingerfell. Oh, here we go. Nope. Never mind. We do have somebody else coming down pit road. It looks like. Where the heck is it? I seen somebody heading for pit road, I thought. Maybe not. Anyhow, Lingerfelt here in third, working with Eric Wilson.
And David Brown and Cameron Key caught up to him in a hurry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they want to stay right there in their draft. And, you know, the thing of it is the whole time they're staying there, the more fuel they're saving, too. So still looking for our leaders to come down pit road. Now stay on them here for a few minutes and see if they do break that line to come down pit road. Got about, next time by, going to be 25 laps to go. So lots of racing to go, folks. Don't go anywhere. This is the best part of the race, the last 20 laps. That's when the mistakes are made. The pressures are high. People know it. And it's just human nature. We all make mistakes, and we could see it here today. I hope not, because John Houston and Mason Wetzel deserve this 1-2 finish here today, because they have just outclassed the field.
Goodness, you see how tight they're running right there?
Oh, yeah.
Houston and Wetzel just running bumper to bumper to bumper.
Yep. What you got to do.
I don't understand how Wetzel's keeping it cool.
Well, he's, every now and then I've been watching him, he does kind of stick that nose out a little bit and get some air in there, just a little puff of air. And now they're switching, so you can get about a lap and a half to 2 laps, and you've got to change or get some air in that thing. You know, they've got enough of a lead right now, they could afford to just kind of ride. Right now, if John Houston just stayed about 3 or 4 feet off of the back bumper there of Wetzel, they could just ride if they've got that much of a lead.
Yeah, I just seen him peek out there on the start finish line, and he peeks out. If you notice, he peeks out there on the entrance to the turn, right through the middle, and then on the exit, he tucks back there in on him. That's a good job right there. That's what I try to like to do.
Yeah, he sticks it out there once again, gets a little puff of air in the radiator. Just that little bit can keep it cool, you know. What I always do is I stick it out there and get the air in the turns. And then on the straightaways, I just push the crap out of them. See how their progress was going back here for them guys on 3rd and 4th. And they're doing pretty much about the same thing, but maybe just not quite as smooth, because they have lost quite a few. They've lost about 4 or 5 seconds after that pit stop. So that's a lot, Matt.
Yeah, I'm watching that Mason Wetzel in that United States Sim Racing Chevrolet and John Houston in that Goodrich Chevrolet just out there across the field. I think they're just outclassing them here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, let's go back a little further here. Kevin Thrift leading this group around here. That's 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Those four have been like stuck together like glue for quite a few laps now. Cameron Key taking up the rear of that group. Just riding right now.
Willie Whitaker a little bit off the pace. I don't know what happened there. I know some faster cars coming inside him. I don't know if he tagged the wall a little bit or what.
Well, I think he just kind of pretty much let him go because he knows he's 3 laps down. He'd like to stay in the draft of them, and he's trying, but those guys go by him like crazy. And that's Eric Wilson and Daniel Lingerfeld. And we do have guys coming down pit road, our leaders on pit road. This is their final pit stop of the day. Mason Wetzel and John Houston on pit road, folks. I don't believe
it is stall first.
Yeah, I don't believe
right
we'll.
side's going up.
Don't believe we'll see any tire change. Nope. No tires, just fuel.
Sorry about that. I thought I seen the right side come up. But no, it's just a gas and go right there.
Now we're waiting to see if we can see Eric Wilson and Daniel Lingerfeld come down to make their last pit stop of the day. They're still staying out this time. And we're coming down here to 20 to go this time. 20 more laps to finish this up.
Kevin Taft and company pass them as they're coming off pit road.
Kevin Thrift, you mean?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Kevin
and
Thrift. My bad.
okay. Well, John Dennis is still here, 3rd, and Kevin Thrift 4th. David Brown 5th, and Cameron Key 6th. And they've got right behind them John Houston. The thing of it is all them guys up there are going to have to pit. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th are going to have to come down pit road here before much longer. And it looks like Eric Wilson and Daniel Lingerfeld on pit road now. With 19 laps to go. We'll see what they do. Don't think we'll see any tires. Wilson, no tires, fuel only, and he is away. Lingerfeld is away too, so no tires for either of them. And what a smoking pit stop for Eric Wilson. 6.8 seconds.
Wow, that's just flying right there.
I would say he probably calculated it out and said, I don't need a full tank, I just need enough to finish this race. And probably just took enough to finish the race. But it's still going to put him way back in the field. Let's get up here to our leader now, John Dennis. Going to be our brand new leader. And they're going to have to stop yet. John Dennis and Kevin Thrift, they're ready to come down pit road.
Rudy, I think it's going to cycle through here. I think, yeah, they're going to have to stop.
They've got not a big lead over David Brown. And looks like, let's see. Yeah, David Brown and Cameron Key not far behind them. And joining them in the fun, Mason Wetzel and John Houston. So when them front 4 pit, that's going to put Wetzel and Houston right back in the driver's seat for the win.
Yeah, I think so. They're running so tight and they're being conservative about it. I mean, Wilson's not running tight on Wetzel at all.
We'll stay here on our leaders and see when they're coming down pit road. But somebody's breaking off there. Who's that breaking off? Samuel Pedro coming down. Oh, and he spins it on pit road. Man.
Yeah, he's spun it down there, but I don't think there's going to be caution.
No, no caution. All right, back up front. Kevin Thrift led 4 laps so far. John Dennis has led 1. And we've got Mason Wetzel and John Houston battling here for 3rd and 4th, and they clear David Brown and Cameron Key for them positions. All right, it looks like the leaders are heading for pit road. So Kevin Thrift, the whole crew of them here, all 4 of them coming down pit road together. And that put John Houston and Mason Wetzel right in the driver's seat now. This should be a quick pit stop here by these guys, and hopefully they can get right back out quick. Just top off enough fuel to get you to the line. Like 5-6 gallon of fuel, something like that. Maybe a little more than that. Probably 10 gallon. All right, they're all out of there.
I think Mason John's got this thing sealed up. They work good all day long with each other, so I think they're getting sealed up.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's a smart plan. Smart plan by those 2.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if we're going to see anything. If we're going to see a good battle for the finish there between them 2, depending on who's in second there. We could see him pull out coming out of turn 4 and pass the leader for the, at the line for the win. So I don't know if I'd want to be the leader right now. When you get down to under 5 to go, I would not want to be the leader.
No, I wouldn't want to be either because you get freight trained. Rudy, I know you broadcast a lot of races. And I might be biased because I'm racing here, but it's been dang good racing I've seen tonight.
Oh, it sure has. Yeah, this is great. I love to see green flag races because that tells you that the drivers are doing their job. They're playing safe out there with each other, giving each other respect, and that means a lot on the track to any driver.
Exactly. We're trying to pride ourselves with playing racing. We're doing a good job tonight. I mean, this might put us on the map.
All right, Eric Wilson in 3rd with Daniel Lingerfelt. Those 2 have been staying right there in the hunt, running 6.8 seconds behind the leaders. John Dennis in 5th and David Brown 6th. Cameron Key 7th. Them 2 working together, David Brown and Cameron Key. John Dennis kind of out there by himself right now. It looks like he lost Kevin Thrift. I don't know what happened to Kevin, but
I'm sorry, if you're going to get Houston and Wetzel right here, you're going to have caution. These guys are just making changes flawlessly, and they're just on a rail right now.
Yes, sir. Well, as they come around here, they're chasing Cameron Key and David Brown, trying to put them a lap down, and they're really not that far ahead of them, just a couple of seconds. We'll look ahead here from John Houston's truck. Let's look ahead here, and we can see them right up there going into turn 1, that whole group, and the leader's not far behind them.
I really do need to give a call out to Cameron Key and David Brown. I worked with them both. They're good, clean racers, and I kind of screwed them both. So, sorry guys, but you guys are working together now, and they're good.
All right, Mason Wetzel. Let's look back here on John John Houston right on his tail, pushing the heck out of him. Running the good wrench plus Chevrolet today. Nice looking truck.
That's a great looking truck.
11 laps to go here, Matt.
I'm kind of interested to see what these two do with each other. Houston and Wetzel. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I want to see what they do with each other.
Yep, it's going to be interesting.
Will there be a dog race at the end, or just a respect, like, you got it, you're in front of me?
Well, they get ready to switch up again here, and they've got a 6.3 second lead over Eric Wilson and Daniel Lingerfeld. And those two, they've been running pretty good. They've been hanging right there. And I'll tell you right now, John Houston and Mason Wetzel cannot afford to make a mistake.
No, they can't.
If they make a mistake on that track right now, they are going to be all over them. As Eric Wilson and Daniel Lingerfeld are hanging right there, 6.3 seconds. And if they even bobble up there in the front a little bit, they're going to be right up their tailpipe.
Yeah, Daniel and Lingerfeld Eric remind me of a mountain lion just stalking their prey.
Yes,
Just
sir.
out there stalking.
Well, John Dennis goes a lap down to the leaders, so 6 trucks left on the lead lap. The next ones in line is going to be David Brown and Cameron Keys to go a lap down, because our leaders are coming up quick. I don't know if it'll happen before this race is over, but they got 9 laps to go to try to stay ahead of the leaders and finish on the lead lap. And they're probably still out there right now, Matt, praying for a caution to get this thing tightened back up so they can battle for the win.
Yeah, I'm back here watching Daniel and Eric, and they're running tight to each other. They're just trying to push.
Yeah, and you know, likewise, they can't afford to make a mistake either. You know, if they make a mistake out there right now, not that David Brown and Cameron Keys would be close to them, because they're not. They're about 40 seconds behind them on the track, but that could just totally blow any chances of them possibly winning this if the two leaders take each other out. And that could happen. You know, when it gets down to that last lap, anything can happen.
Well, Rudy, you can put it down to the last 2 laps. I mean, somebody gets a little bit greedy out there, and something can happen. I mean,
Oh yeah, that's
like,
for sure.
I'll push you all night long, man. Now I'm going to take the lead. And the guy in the lead's like, no, you're not. So, a lot of things can happen right there.
Well, we're going to, real quick here, we're going to give a rundown of where everybody, that looks like maybe Sam Pedro back here running in the 10th spot, started 8th today, and he is running about 4 laps down. Willie Whitaker, it looks like he's hooked up with the 131 of John Dennis there, but Willie 3 laps down to the leader, started 7th today, running 9th. Kevin Thrift a lap down to the leader all by himself, started 3rd on the grid today, and right now running in the 8th position. John Dennis, the first one a lap down in the 131, started 12th, running 7th. Cameron Keys started 5th, running 6th. Hooked up with David Brown right here with 7 laps to go, folks. David Brown started 11th, running 5th, doing a great job. Got a good partner there with Cameron as they cross the line to take 6 more laps to get around this facility. All right, Daniel Lingerfeld running in 4th right now, started 15th today and has been up in the hunt all day long. Eric Wilson, another one, started 4th, running 3rd. He has been up in the hunt all day. Has kept that truck pretty pristine today, but nice and clean, and wants to get this up there. We're running about 8.3 seconds behind the leader right now. John Houston in 2nd was our pole sitter, coming in, starting the race here today, was our pole sitter, running 2nd. To our leader, Mason Wetzel. Mason started 2nd, and now currently the leader. So that's the rundown of where everybody's at right now, and they're coming up on the tail here of Cameron Keys and David Brown. That's 5th and 6th to put them a lap down as our leaders switch places. Good place to switch. They could keep the draft. Good job. That was professionally done right there, Matt. That's the way to use the draft. And not that they probably really care about putting them to a lap down, and they may not. They may just ride right there because they know they've got such a lead. But racing wouldn't be racing if they didn't give it a try. All right, 4 more laps around Daytona. To finish this race up, Cameron Keys and David Brown trying to stay on the lead lap, but the leader's coming up on the high side, trying to pull some side draft, getting really, really close to him. And it looks like maybe David Brown and Cameron Keys are just going to let them go. They don't want to. They don't want to hold up the leaders by any means. So good job by them guys. Let's see, Cameron Keys running in the 6th spot. Looking at how close this racing is here. The leaders up on the high side of them, coming to take 3 to go. 3 more laps, Matt, around this facility. And they come up on a lap down car of Pedro. And boy, 3 wide. Oh no, we got a little touching. John Houston makes it through. Wetzel makes it through, but he loses a little bit. He got a contact right there. Well, let's go back real quick and take a look at that, because I believe he got into the back of Pedro. Pedro got into him and upset the whole thing right there. Oh, man. Well, Wetzel's still in it for the 2nd place, but he is going to fall way back off of it.
Yeah, I think you got a little bit of damage in that one.
Wetzel or Houston out here all by himself now, nobody to help, and that 2 laps to go here. Boy, I don't know. I don't think there's enough time for Lingerfeld and Wilson to reel him in, because they're 8.2 seconds back, but they are gaining on him right now because he's got no partner.
Yeah, that's pretty heartbreaking too, because he ran his heart out tonight.
Oh, he sure did. But Mason's still going to wind up with a 2nd place finish, providing Lingerfeld and Wilson does not catch him. But luckily right now, Pedro's trying to make it up to Wetzel right here by giving him a little heartfelt push, saying, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get into you." And just to try to make sure he does finish 2nd. But we are on the final lap here, folks. This is the lap we've been looking for, as Wetzel does get caught back up a little bit here to our leader. I think our leader backed off a little and tried to let him get back up to him, as our leader has really backed off the throttle. But we're going to get up here to, let's see. On this is they coming around on the backstretch. Wetzel on the low side. Oh, he gets a run here. Not sure if he is going to try to overtake Houston. Are you kidding me? But I think Houston is going to win it for sure. Yes, John Houston brings it across the line for the 2nd race here at Maximum Velocity. Good job for John Houston. Mason Wetzel in 2nd. Eric Wilson finishing 3rd.
Man, Drew, thank you for letting me come out here and booth with you. That was a damn good race.
Sure was, buddy.
I haven't seen something like that for a long time. These guys were very polite to each other, I guess. Like a better term, polite.
Yeah.
I know that word polite's not used in racing much often.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. All right, let me get a couple things shut off here, and we will see if we can get down there and get a word in with them guys. I asked them to, maybe you could kind of remind them, I guess, see if they would all come up to the start-finish line, and I'll get a screenshot of all of them.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I think they may be going to do it here, not sure. The three of them. They come up here, yeah, slowing up. Looks like Eric Wilson has joined them. All right, well, looks like we do have all three of them here now, so kind of they're in the shadow, but they can
Where do you want them at? Where do you want them at?
Oh, just anywhere up there. Maybe get them all lined up together. Something.
You want Daytona in there?
Yeah. Get them right up by the line here, and I'll get a good screenshot of them. Get them 1, 2, 3 at the line or something. Yeah, that looks good. Heck yeah, I see what you're doing right now. That looks real good. Now if Wilson can get backed in there, and then we'll try to get down here and get a word in with them. So, beautiful job. Right there they are, all lined up, 1, 2, 3. And let's see if we can't, I know I'm going to lose a shot probably. Let's see here for a minute. Yeah, I did, but that's all right. That's all right. We got it. We're going to get down here. Hold on a minute. And we're going to see if we can get a word in with them.
Is that good? Just told there right now.
John Houston, this is Rudy up in the MaxSpeedTV booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Gotcha.
Well, John, you were the class of the field out there. You and Mason just pulled away from the field. But tell us about your race out there, because you guys just like dominated on and off pit road and everything. Tell us about how everything went for you today.
We just came in with a plan. Just stick together and try to keep our trucks together.
Well, it worked out pretty good in your favor. You come across the line. I don't know exactly what all happened there. I did see a little bit what happened to Mason. Looked like him and Pedro kind of got together as you guys went 3 wide, trying to go up the middle between them guys. But he still manages to finish second. You were definitely hooked up today. Fuel mileage. How much fuel did you have left in that truck today?
5.7 gallons. We took 13.6 on the last stop. Took a little bit too much. But it was all about Mason. He's a really good pusher.
Oh, I agree. I was watching you guys a lot. You guys were up there marching away from everybody, but well, don't poke me, because that just comes over the broadcast.
Yeah, and it's qualifying too, man.
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, don't poke me. It comes over the broadcast. Well, anyhow, congratulations, John, on your finish here today. Victory at maximum velocity. You want to give a shout out to anybody special here today?
Yep, I want to thank Mason Watson for pushing me to the finish.
Okay, John, congratulations again, and thanks for talking with us.
Yep.
Mason Wetzel, you got a copy. Am I saying your name correct, Wetzel?
Yeah, I got you, Rudy. It's Whiteville, but it's whatever.
Well, my apologies, sir. I kind of, I try to pronounce them the best I can. So my apologies. But you come home second today. Talk about that last little bit there. You and Samuel Pedro getting together.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened. I have to go back and watch it on MaxSpeedTV, but we were just trying to pass those lap cars, lap the 9 and the 6, and I didn't know he was out there, and I think he said he bounced off the wall, so accidents happen.
Yeah, that's what we seen. We did kind of hurry up and go back and look at it real quick. And yeah, you guys went 3 wide, and he was up on the top. He did hit the wall and come down. I'm sure he didn't mean to do that, but that's what the 3 wide does to you here at Daytona when you're doing 190 mile an hour, you know. But congratulations on your second place today, Mason. Anybody you want to thank?
I just want to thank John for being a good partner, and I'm going to have nightmares about Real Tree Outfitters tonight.
All right, yeah. That's all you've seen in your windshield for most of the race, huh?
Yep, but you know, it's all good.
All right, good job out there today, Mason, and thanks for talking with us.
Yep, take care.
All right, Eric Wilson, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Eric, you brought it home third today. Good finish. You were back a little ways. I don't know, it was about 6.5 seconds or something behind these guys. You were just doing all you could do to get up there. Is there anything else that you could have done possibly to get up there and mix it up with them guys for the win?
If we'd have started with about a 10-second head start, they might have been a couple seconds behind us by the end of that. But them front two were a lot faster than I can go. I thank 53 for sticking with me and pushing me. Couldn't have, I believe I finished 3.7 seconds behind the leaders. Couldn't have finished that close without them.
Yeah, you and Daniel stuck together pretty good all day. Good pit stops. Talk about your last pit stop. Did you take a full tank of fuel, or was it a partial tank, or what, trying to cut that time down?
Well, I did some math, and I thought I could take 8.5 gallons, but went ahead and settled on 10.2. I got 3.9 gallons left, so I guess I should have gone with the 8.5, but no, it took about a half a tank.
Well, very good. No tires. I was watching. A lot of the guys up there in the front didn't do anything like that. Everybody did a good job. Good, clean pit stops. We only seen a couple of mistakes. And, you know, and as we always say, Eric, you know, the race can be won or lost on pit road, and you guys nailed it every single time. Done a great job on pit road. So, congratulations coming home third, Eric. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yes, sir. My old man watching on broadcast right now, Teddy Wilson. Anybody from Central Texas Speedway might be watching. Thank y'all for sticking around. Y'all have a great night.
Okay, Eric, thanks for talking with us, buddy. And again, congratulations on your third place finish tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to run down through the results here real quick and get the heck out of here, I guess. John Houston winning today by 1 point, or by 0.141 over Mason Wetzel. Good job by him, getting pushed back up there by Samuel Pedro after nearly a wreck there. Samuel kind of did the right thing and pushed Mason back up there to keep him in second. Eric Wilson in third, Daniel Lingerfeld fourth, David Brown fifth, Cameron Key sixth, John Dennis 7th, Kevin Thrift 8th, Willie Whitaker 9th, Samuel Pedro 10th, Matt Burkhart blowing an engine there with just a little bit of damage, blowing the engine out on, let's see, he was 64 laps down, but man, pretty awesome race for him. Finishing 11th, Dave MacArthur 12th, Robert O'Neill 13th, and Jared Kazakria in 14th. So we did have 2 cautions today and 36 lead changes. That is amazing. So again, congratulations to our winner here, John Houston, and that'll wrap it up for this week. We will see you in 2 weeks, Matt?
Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I think we're back at Talladega.
Very good. 2 weeks, we'll be back here for maximum velocity. So until tomorrow night, I believe I do have a broadcast. I'm not sure. Got to go find out, but we will see you then. Thanks for watching.